Well, this is kind of unfortunate. So there has been a ton of progress made on this park, and absolutely none of it was recorded. I was recording it originally, but I don't know what the fuck happened to recording. Yeah, so in the recording, I built up this roller coaster that was supposed to be inspired by the new gen Vacomas that have been being built. I am mostly happy with it. I'm not too happy with the ending of it, and I do wish I had made it a little longer, but I also don't really feel like going back and editing it at all. Before I work too much around this roller coaster, I think the first thing I want to do is um, finish up these buildings here. I won't do the foliage quite yet. I'll probably do that a bit later. But when I finish these, I'll then work on the station around this building, around this roller coaster. Goddamn, I just woke up like not 5 minutes ago, like 10 minutes ago. So like I said, I'll finish up all the buildings over here, and then we'll work on some stuff around this ride. I need to do some landscaping yet. I need to do the station. And then off camera, I'll fill in the gaps between here. I'm debating also adding another flat ride up here. I do kind of want to put something here so that this space isn't just foliage. But I also don't know that I want to have a flat ride so close to this ride. I might just place a flat ride here and have it testing and see how I feel about it, having it there. And then I'll decide whether or not I want to put it here, or if I want to put like the flat ride kid section up here. It probably would make more sense up here, because then it's a bit more distant from the big thrill coaster. But I also do need space to put like a kid's coaster in here somewhere. I'm wanting to be able to fit maybe 2 more roller coasters in here, so the kids coaster, and then maybe like another like massive roller coaster, obviously. Though I also feel like I could potentially fit 2 more massive roller coasters if I put like one over here somewhere, then one over here. But that will be completely dependent on how I do the path layout from here. So I'll probably just finish these buildings in like a speed build instead of talking through it, just so that way it's like not too long. Alright, so I'm gonna call those pretty much complete now, obviously. Like I said, I still need to put the foliage and stuff around it, but for now, I think they're good. I think I'll just work on building the station for this building, and then we'll be pretty much done for the episode. So I'd actually had an interesting idea at one point for something I'd love to try and do for YouTube on this game at some point. I know most people watching this probably have no clue who this YouTuber is, because they're like a Geometry Dash YouTuber. And this obviously is not Geometry Dash, but there's a YouTuber called Woolsey who had started up a series called Level Swap, where like he would start a level, usually it would just be like a layout, and then whoever he was doing the video with would also do that with their own level, and then they'd, after a certain amount of time, they'd swap them, and they'd do this a couple times. And I kind of thought it would be cool to try and do something similar to that, but obviously with like Roller Coaster Tycoon parks. I don't really think it would be like full parks, it probably would be centered around one roller coaster. So like round one would be actually building the roller coaster, and then the first swap obviously would be like starting the decoration. I was thinking it would swap 3 times, so like you get to build on both your level and the other person's level twice, level park twice. And then each round would probably be like 30 minutes or something. I don't know, I thought it would be a pretty interesting idea. I don't really have any YouTuber friends who play this game, unfortunately. So as of right now, I don't really have anyone I could do that with. But it was an interesting idea I had. Maybe if I randomly get really popular within this game's community, I can like get Dirklink and people like that on. Which I actually think it would be interesting to even have people who normally don't really do like a ton of like scenery and stuff like this, like Marcel Voss. I don't really know how much they do, how much they've messed with like scenery and stuff, because I know they do a lot of like, maybe not necessarily speed running, but much more centered around, yeah, I guess it would be speed running, because they try to do like all the scenarios in like the quickest time possible and stuff like that. Yeah, I get just an idea I had get randomly gotten, and probably will never actually perform. Maybe I'll turn me talking about that into like a short or something, and then I can use that short to get opinions on the idea, and then maybe even use that to get a few people in on the idea, I don't know. I am gonna have to go through and custom support this roller coaster at some point, because the current supports on the ride are really ugly. But I might do that off camera, because that's like really boring stuff. And if I'm gonna be honest, the last time I did custom supports I had a little bit of a rage fit, and I don't really want to record that again. Custom supports aren't exactly the most enjoyable thing to do. I'm once again suffering the curse of all my buildings looking the same, god damn it. This is essentially the exact same thing as the station over here, just a lighter purple. I really gotta do something to expand my build style or whatever, or the way I build in this game, because I was talking a little bit about this in one of the other episodes, but I don't know why I just refuse to make things different. Which for a big park like this, I don't really find it too much of an issue, just because like I do want to get this done, like not necessarily quickly, but I also don't want to spend like forever on this one park, which this park is a bit bigger than I initially thought it was gonna be. I don't know why I thought this park was so small at first. But, yeah, there's a lot of space to fill. It's not like a mega park, obviously, but still. I want to try and use these in this section of the park, I think. I don't use these walls very often, and I do think starting around here, I want to try and do something that is some kind of like style switch from everything down here, even though I've already failed to do that style switch with this building. I was gonna say I want this area to be not, I guess, yeah, a little bit like darker than this area down here, because this area is gonna be a lot more like foresty, and of course I put a sky blue roller coaster here. Makes perfect sense, you know? This roller coaster definitely isn't gonna stay this color, but I do think I have an idea for what I want to do in this side of the park now. So like this area, there's a lot of like, it's very bright, there's a lot more buildings around, but up here there's gonna be like less buildings, and it's gonna be a lot more like, I guess overgrown would be the right word to kind of make it seem like, so this is like a main sort of town or something, and then everything around it is like different areas of a forest that surrounds the town. And I'll probably find a way to include some sort of like story element, I guess. I don't really fully have any ideas fleshed out for that yet, but I think it would be cool to try and do. Alright, I'm pretty close to finishing this station now. This video probably is going to be pretty short, just because, I did do a decent amount in this video, but most of that decent amount was also done in time-lapse form. Yeah, all I really need to do— oh, I don't have the windows back here? Okay then. So I think off camera I'll figure out what I want to do with the flat rides, and then I'll work on actually getting all the flat rides I want in this area on camera. I am pretty happy with how this park's turning out so far. A lot of this has definitely turned out much better than I initially thought it would, but it's fine. This fucking balloon. I hate that balloons do this in the game. Okay. I do have an idea on what the next roller coaster will be. I am gonna put another roller coaster like right here, maybe. And I do want to do an RMC hybrid coaster there, so that should be pretty fun. And then if I do have space for another large roller coaster, I might do like, I don't know. Maybe a B&M of some kind. I don't know. Maybe like a B&M inverter or something. Or a floorless coaster. Yeah, so I'll completely finish the station off camera. Or completely finish, but I'll finish off the station off camera. Do the thing I said with the rides, and I'll probably fill in a whole bunch of the foliage in this section right here, just because right now I don't have any of it done yet. I haven't even painted the ground underneath the wooden coaster yet. And I did start doing it with this ride. So, next episode, all of that should probably already be done. And I'll be able to, yeah, work on this little area over here.